So finding the area of a triangle using trigonometry, and this triangle here is not a right angle triangle. We've labelled the sides with capital letters of the triangle A, B, C, and the sides become the little letters. So A is opposite little a, B is opposite little b, and C is opposite little c. So if we divided our triangle down into a right angle, we would have two triangles, and we'd be able to say this is the height. So if we were trying to find the length of this here, we would use the formula, which would be the sine of A is opposite over hypotenuse. So opposite over hypotenuse would be h over little c. If we rearrange this formula, this would be h is equal to c sine of A. So our formula, we're going to replace h with c sine A. So if we've got half base times height, we are going to replace the h with c sine A. So this becomes our area formula. And depending whether we're finding sine A, sine B or sine C, you will notice that the other two sides have the other letters. So if this is A, that would be B and C. If this is B, this would be A and C, and if it was sine C, it would be A and B. So let's have a look at an example. Okay, so this angle here, we're going to say this is 130 degrees, and we're going to call this angle B. This is going to be A, and this is C. So the opposite sides will be B, A, and little c. And we're going to say that the lengths of these sides, so C is 8 centimeters and A is 5 centimeters. So we need to find the area of this triangle. So find the area of triangle ABC. So the formula we're going to use, area is a half, and we're looking at the sides we know. So we know A and C. So it's going to be A multiplied by C, and then we're looking at the angle. So it's going to be sine B. So if we substitute the values in, we'll have a half multiplied by 5 multiplied 8 multiplied by sine 130. And if we put this into our calculator, we will have 15.32, and this would be centimeters squared. So this is approximately, to the nearest tenth, 13.2 centimeters squared. Okay, so we have another triangle here, and we need to find the area of triangle ABC. So this time, little b, little c, little a. So we're looking at the sine B. So the area will be half the sides that we know. So that's going to be A multiplied by C multiplied by sine 104, which is sine B. And if we substitute in that, so we have a half 8 times 9 times sine 104, And in the calculator, that is going to be a half of 72, 36 times 104. We will have 34.93 centimeters squared. And to the nearest tenth is 34.9. Okay, so we have another question here. And let's see that little c is 22. I'm going to say that big A we don't know, and opposite B we have 18. So we're looking to find the area of triangle ABC. So we're going to look at the formula. So we know this time sine of A. So we're going to use the other two sides instead. So we can say the area is a half multiplied by B times C times the sine of A. So if you substitute in the values, that's 18 times 22 times the sine of 31. And if you put that in the calculator, we will have 101.98 centimeters squared. And to 1/10, this would be approximately 102.0 centimeters squared. Okay, we have another question. So we're going to label our triangle. So opposite big C is little c, opposite big B is little b, and opposite big A is little a. This time we know angle C is 100, so we're going to find the sine of C. So the area of triangle ABC is going to be a half multiplied by the other two sides, which is A and B, and then we're going to multiply by the sine of C. So if we substitute in what we know, is 14 multiplied by 12 and multiplied by sine of 100, and the area is 82.72 centimeters squared, or to the nearest tenth, that will be 82.7.